Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with a Cosmic Crucible defense video. I don't really do Cosmic Crucible, but I figured, you know what? Last week I had a couple of good successes with some of these defensive teams. So I will just show you guys what I've been using here, and maybe it'll help you guys' roster out. Daring Warriors, standard stuff. If you got them built, have them on defense. We use our Insidious 6. They're a raid team. They seem to trip people up here and there. And then yeah, I do use my Sentry level 64 with Brimstone. Also seems to still trip people up here and there. I also slap my Odin here with my Illuminati. This is just your standard defense. I think people have used this once for a while. I'm just lazy. I've never really changed it. But I have been trying this new one here where Null is with the Annihilators. Obviously Null is Null, and we have Leader here because he gives a lot of passive bonuses to villains, right? So gives the evasion, I think there's some health and some other stuff on there. So seems to make the team a little bit more bolstered. And of course as well, this new one that I've been doing here with my Blue Marvel. I didn't really know where to put Blue Marvel, but they seem to work really well with the Immortals. And yeah, I think if you don't have Blue Marvel on defense, obviously you can sub in this one and just have Super Skrull or some other fifth member. But the Immortal weapons seems to be a fairly good team. If you guys have them built, do it up, put them on defense, and they seem to work quite well. So I'll show you guys some of the gameplay that I had from the last Crucible, so you guys can have a look at it. So nothing too crazy. We didn't win all the battles, but 2 wins. You know, fairly decent. Yeah, we'll just go into this one here. I think this is the one where I had a couple of successes here with some defensive wins. So again, Daring Warriors, they countered with Daring Warriors, which is pretty standard stuff. They also countered and mirrored my Insidious. Great, good stuff here. And then yeah, like I said, this Sentry one seems to trip people up a little bit, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, I thought I could replay the footage. I guess not. Maybe it's too late. So yeah, so he did cancel it, and then he did try to Fantastic Four this, which I guess is a bait because they don't realize that Sentry cancels out all that speed. So then Daemon basically takes the first turn and bombs everybody. And then yeah, it does look like he brought in his Professor X and Mephisto to kind of clean things up a bit. So yeah, not bad. He was able to clear it nonetheless. Starjammers on my Odin team, which is kind of what I want. I want them to use their Starjammers, so then it's wasted. And then, yeah, and then the other ones are pretty much all one-shots here. Yeah, it looks like this is your standard Annihilators counter. Usually people run the Blast Star combo. And then, yeah, this Blue Marvel one, I think, really tripped people up here because, yeah, it is a really tough counter. Unless you have some of the newer teams, it is a very tough counter for sure. For sure. Let's go into this one here. Was it Battle 3? Was it this one here? Let's see. Was this the one? Or was this the one we were just looking at? This might be the one we were just looking at. Whoops. Up here, maybe? Up here, down there, Lino. Okay, this one here. So, anyways, so defense again. They used a very good Exalted X-Men. Great. Good stuff, buddy. Yeah, and it does look like they used Immortals on my Insidious 6 as well. Also a good counter there. Pretty standard stuff. And then, yeah, they were able to use Immortal weapons with Odin here. Just a faster team overall, and they cancel out that speed. So really smart, actually, because the Immortal weapons actually spawns with the immunity and the safeguard. So it actually prevents Daemon's bomb burst from taking care of this team. So if you guys are looking for a counter that can take care of this Daemon bomb, this is a good team to use if you're not using Immortal weapons on defense. Starjammers again on my Odin team. So again, doing what I want it to do. It's kind of absorbing the Starjammers, which is kind of what I want. And then it takes care of that for another team. Daring Warriors on my Annihilators team, which I guess, yeah, they had an abundance of counters. And then, yeah, it looks like my Blue Marvel team tripped this team up here. It does look like it's interesting because it looks like even the Daring Warriors, and I recall the footage from it before, they could not take down this team because what ended up happening was Blue Marvel basically one-shotted some of the smaller, you can see here, the smaller Daring Warriors here. I think if it was a 7 yellow Eclipse, I don't think you would run into this issue, but like I said, my Blue Marvel kicks butt, and yeah, if you don't have Blue Marvel, you may be able to use Super Skrull as well here. That would be a good defensive measurement replacement. Sorry, and then he used up the sentry with a fantastic 3, and yeah, obviously you guys can kind of see there. What did I use for offense though? So what I used for offense was I also used Immortals. I've got my Exalted X-Men here. I was trying to mess around. I thought maybe I could replicate some stuff, but didn't really work. Either way, we handled it with Night Stalkers, Phoenix Force 3, Fantastic Four, Surfer Breaker plus Blastar Quasar, or Blastar, sorry, Thunderstrike, not Quasar, Starjammers on the Insidious, and we also used Immortals again. So that's kind of what my typical defense and offense looks like. But let me know if you guys, like I said, let me know if you guys think that these teams are okay or not okay, or if you're gonna incorporate some of them. Like I said, it sucks because I do feel like, yeah, you do need to have a balance between offense and defense, and I don't play enough Crucible to care enough. Our ranking is kind of but yeah, nonetheless, Daring Warriors has been holding their own. The Sentry Daemon is also nice because it absorbs a lot of heavy teams, and same with the Odin team, it absorbs the Starjammers. So we still have a lot of offense options. We have Fantastic Four, we have the Phoenix Force 3, we have our Exalted X-Men, we have a Cursed, we have Starjammers. Did I already say that? I forget now if I already said that. We have yeah, we have lots of options here for defense. But like I said, yeah, this Blue Marvel one seems to be tripping people up. Even the occasional Annihilators one here, this was tripping up people here. I think, let me see here. What was it? If we go back here, sorry. The ranking. I think the first time we had tacked. Yeah, so again, this Daring Warriors is very good because it even stopped the Exalted X-Men. Or not stop them, but it had to pull them. And then, yeah, like I said, this team here does get the occasional win here or there. It's interesting to use Retcon, actually. I don't know if I would have used Retcon on Annihilators, but nonetheless, these teams do work sometimes. Yeah, so he should have used Starjammers here, but yeah, again, it pulls off some random teams. And yeah, nonetheless, I think, yeah, occasionally my weird defenses win. Let me know what you guys think. Other than that, guys, hopefully gives you guys a little help here. Next Crucible is upon us, so hopefully gives you guys a little bit of insight on that as well. I'll see you guys in the next one.